Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we are looking at 5 coins that might be sitting in your change jar or wallet right now and could be worth serious money. We are talking about the 1945 wheat penny, the 1971 D penny, the 1973 quarter, the 2006 dime, and the 2022 P nickel. Each of these coins has the potential to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you find the right condition or rare mint era. From classic wartime cents to modern nickels, these coins prove that treasures can still be found in everyday change. So stay tuned as we break down their values and history one by one. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to tell you about the 1945 wheat penny, a coin that many people have lying around in jars or tucked away in drawers without realizing it could be worth a lot of money. The most valuable 1945 wheat penny ever sold at auction reached an incredible price of around $36,000. And even though not every coin will be worth that much, certain rare mint errors and extremely high-grade examples can bring in thousands of dollars. This coin might look like just an old cent, but in the right condition, it can be a true hidden treasure. In fact, even well-preserved, uncirculated examples can sell for hundreds. Collectors prize coins that have no or sharp details and that rich original red luster that copper pennies had when they left the mint. Now, why is the 1945 wheat penny so special? Its history goes back to the end of World War II. This was the last full year the United States was deeply involved in the war. The mint was still using copper for cents. After switching to steel in 1943 due to metal shortages, the return to copper made the coins look familiar again to the public. But over the years, most of them entered circulation and picked up heavy, where 3 different mints produced the 1945 wheat penny: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a small d, and San Francisco with an S mark. Millions were made, but finding one today in perfect gem mint condition is rare because copper is soft and easily scratches or loses its shine. Some coins have unusual errors like doubled dies, off center strikes, or re-punched mint marks. These can make the value skyrocket. For example, a 1945 penny with strong doubling on the date or lettering in high grade could sell for thousands at auction. Collectors also pay more for coins that have been professionally graded by companies like pcgs or NGC, as a high grade can confirm its rarity and boost its price. What makes this coin exciting is that it is still possible to find in everyday collections, coin rolls, or even family savings jars because it was so widely used. So before you spend that old wheat penny, make sure you check its date, mint mark, and condition, because you could be holding a coin that is worth far more than 1 cent. I am going to talk about the 1971 D penny, a coin that most people think is just regular loose change, but in certain cases it can be worth an impressive amount of money. The highest auction records for this coin in flawless mint state have gone above $24,000, and even coins in slightly lower but still pristine grades can fetch hundreds or thousands. The secret is in finding one that has not been worn down by circulation. A 1971 D penny in mint state with bright original luster, no scratches, and sharp details is highly sought after by collectors. Most people spend them without a second thought because millions were minted at the Denver Mint. But perfect examples are incredibly rare. Copper coins like this pick up nicks and marks easily over time, making gem quality survivors hard to find in history. The 1971 D penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which replaced the wheat-back design in 1959. The obverse carries the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial. This design lasted for decades, but the early 1970s saw some of the highest mintages in penny history, meaning most coins were heavily used and stored in bulk bags from the start. But collectors know that within those millions there can be rare varieties such as doubled dies or striking errors like off-center strikes, broad strikes, or re-punched mint marks. These unique coins can take an ordinary cent and make it worth thousands if certified by a grading service like pcgs or NGC. Many people do not realize the value until they have it examined, and it comes back with a high MS67 or MS68 grade, which is where the real money is. So before you spend or roll up your change, check those 1971 D pennies, because the one you find might just be a perfect example that turns a single cent into a small fortune. I am going to share with you the story of the 1973 quarter, a coin that most people see as just 25 cents, but in certain rare cases it can be worth thousands of dollars. The most valuable 1973 quarter ever sold at auction brought in several thousand for a single coin, and this was because it was in flawless condition and graded at the highest mint state levels, while the vast majority of 1973 quarters are worth face value, finding one in pristine condition with no scratches, no wear, and full original luster is extremely rare. Collectors prize these perfect examples and will pay a premium for them. The 1973 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1973, the coins were being struck in copper nickel clad rather than silver, which had been phased out after 1964. Millions were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, but perfect gems were scarce even from the start because the coins were struck for circulation and quickly picked up marks during production and handling. What really excites collectors are rare errors and varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on wrong planchets. These unusual pieces can raise the value dramatically. For example, in 1973, quarter struck on a nickel planchet or with clear doubled lettering could sell for hundreds or thousands at auction. The grading process plays a huge role here because a coin that earns an MS67 or higher grade from pcgs or NGC jumps in value instantly. So it pays to check every old quarter, especially those from the 1970s, as some may still be hiding in circulation or in forgotten coin jars. The 1973 quarter reminds us that even relatively modern coins can be valuable treasures if they have survived in perfect condition or carry a rare error. So before you spend that shiny quarter, take a closer look. It might just be worth a lot more than you think. I am going to tell you about the 2006 dime, a coin that may seem too new to be valuable, but in certain cases it can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The most valuable examples are those in flawless mint state or with rare and dramatic mint errors. These include doubled dies, missing clad layers, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet, while most 2006 dimes are worth only 10 cents. Finding one of these rare varieties can turn pocket change into serious money. The 2006 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 2006, the design had been in use for 60 years and was struck in copper nickel clad rather than silver. Millions of these coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, making them common in everyday transactions. However, what makes a coin from this year special is the condition and the presence of any unusual minting feature. Because modern coins are produced in massive quantities, it is rare for one to survive with perfect surfaces, no contact marks, and strong strikes straight from the mint. Coins graded MS68 or higher by services like pcgs or NGC are incredibly scarce and can bring strong bids at auction. Collectors also pay extra for coins that display beautiful toning or an eye-catching strike. Even though the 2006 dime is still young compared to older collectibles, it already has a following among modern coin enthusiasts who seek out perfect specimens and unique errors. So before you toss that shiny dime into a vending machine, take a moment to inspect it, because it could be one of those rare modern treasures hiding in plain sight. I am going to talk about the 2022 P nickel, a coin so new that most people think it could not possibly be worth more than 5 cents. But in certain rare cases, it can already be bringing in high prices. The most valuable examples are those in flawless condition, graded at the very top by professional grading services, or carrying unusual mint errors. Coins in perfect mint state with deep luster, no scratches, and sharp details are the ones that stand out. Collectors will also pay significant premiums for errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. Even though millions were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, finding a truly perfect coin is harder than it sounds, because even modern coins pick up small contact marks during production and transport. The 2022 P nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which first appeared in 1938, but features the updated forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the classic Monticello building on the reverse. Modern nickels like this are struck in a copper nickel composition designed for durability, but that also means high-grade survivors with perfect eye appeal are rare from the start. What makes the 2022 P nickel exciting is that collectors often seek to add the very best examples from each year to their registry sets, so a top-graded coin can command strong demand even just months after release. Some people overlook modern coins thinking they hold no value yet. Coins like this prove that a flawless strike or rare mint error can make even the newest nickel a desirable collectible. So before you spend that fresh change from the bank or store, check the date, mint, mark, and condition, because you might be holding a modern coin that is already worth more than you expect. And that wraps up our look at these 5 coins: the 1945 wheat penny, the 1971 D penny, the 1973 quarter, the 2006 dime, and the 2022 P nickel, each one proving that valuable treasures can be hiding in plain sight, whether they are decades old or fresh from the mint. The key is knowing what to look for: condition, mint marks, rare errors, and those perfect high-grade examples can turn small change into serious money. So keep checking your coins, because the next one you find might just be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on the next valuable coin discovery.